Hello, good morning to all. Today I am going to discuss about monetary policy. Generally, monetary policy refer to the credit control measures adopted by the central bank of a country. That means monetary policy of any country is the measure of credit control, or in other words, you can say that monetary policy is the credit control measure of any economy, of any country, adopted or framed or implemented by the central bank of that particular country. For example, the Reserve Bank of India is the central bank of India. So, Reserve Bank of India can adopt a policy as a monetary policy to control the credits or as a credit control measures. Johnson's defined monetary policy as policy implying central bank's control of the supply of money as an instrument. That means monetary policy can be used as an instrument in any economy of a particular country to control the supply of money in that particular economy or in that particular country. In other words, you can say that monetary policy is an instrument which are implemented, which are framed, which are adapted by the central bank of any particular country to control the supply of money in that particular economy of that particular country. And one of the other author name is J.K. Shaw defined it as any conscious action undertaken by the monetary authorities. That means monetary authority, that means banks of bank, that means central bank of that particular country. Oh, then now what Mr. Shah want to say that is any conscious action, that means action must be conscious for undertaken, that means that particular action, that particular conscious action undertaken by the monetary authority. Monetary authority, who will be monetary authority? That means central bank of that particular country. The monetary authority to change the quantity, availability or cost of money. That means monetary policy is a collection, or you can say. Now come to the objective or goals of monetary policy. That means what are the various objective and what are the goals of monetary policy. That means why monetary policy is necessary for any particular economy or any particular country. So there are following objective or goals of monetary policy, and number first is full employment, and number second is price stability. Full employment has been ranked among the foremost objective of monetary policy. That means it is the foremost, it is the significant, it is the important objective of monetary policy, and it is an important goal not only because unemployment lead to wastage of potential output, but also because of the loss of social standing and self-respect. That means, meaning is that the full employment objective of the monetary policy is not only important for the situation of unemployment, and that will lead the wastage of potential output. That means if there is not full employment, then there will be potential output of that particular economy will be less. But it is also because of the loss of social standing and self-respect. That means what you want to say that if there is a situation of full employment in the company, or sorry, in the economy, then the people of that economy have the more earning, have the more income, have the more saving, and if the more saving, there will be more investment, there will be more purchasing capacity, there will be more expenditure capacity. So these are all collectively positively influence the economy and positively strengthen the economy. Price stability is also the important objective of monetary policy. It is about to stabilize the price level of the output or of the product or of the service manufactured in that particular country. Both economists and laymen, that means general people, favor this policy because fluctuations in price bring uncertainty and instability up to the country. That means if there is price stability, there will be no chances of more fluctuation, there will be no chances of uncertainty, there will be no chances of instability in that particular economy, and vice versa. If there is no price stability in that particular economy, then there will be more chances of uncertainty, there will be no more chances of instability in that particular economy, and that collectively lead to the instability and uncertainty in that particular economy, that will further influence the investment in that particular economy and business environment of that particular economy. And the next objective is economic growth. It is also an most important objective of the monetary policy. Now, in the recent year, the economy of any country of the world is you can say that experiencing the rapid growth behavior. So economic growth is defined as the process whereby the real per capita income of a country increase over a long period of time. That means economic growth is a process. In that process, real per capita income, and next and last objective of the monetary policy is the balance of payment. Since the 1950 monetary policy, since the 1950 has been to maintain equilibrium in the balance of payment. That means maintenance of equilibrium in the amount of export, in the amount of import. That means what is the amount of balance of payment is the also objective of monetary policy. That means monetary policy. And what are the various instruments of monetary policy? Number 1 is a bank rate variation, second is open market operation, Next in changing reserve requirement. These are all the instrument of monetary